Hey Paul, hope everybody's well and your Monday went all good and everybody's in the full swing of things for 2020. Yeah, it's very weird doing a video, but normally I would have posted something on the social media platforms in writing, but I thought this would be a bit long and it's actually quite something, a discussion I wanted to have. But I thought let me do a video and have the discussion afterwards. So basically over the past few months I've been researching some of our sporting codes in South Africa and I found out some, not disturbing, but something that I'm just a bit worried about or concerned about. And I was actually thinking, how can we fix this? So the gist of it, it's got to do with sport, it's got to do with our youth. And of course, you know, sport is the escape for all our youths, or most of our youth have got dreams to be the best at something. It's what sport. I wanted to find out more about sportsmen or sportswomen or athletes representing South Africa. I find it weird that they have to fund everything out of their pockets to represent their country. So I did some research and I asked a few guys for some information and documents. Some people helped me with a lot of information. So to cut it short, I've got 4 different sporting codes here. I've got chess, I've got cycling, I've got indoor netball, and I've got swimming. And basically what this is these are letters to people from Paarl or Wellington or Franschhoek that are doing well in what they do in their sport. So basically what it means is that the sporting code says you are doing well and we want you to represent the country. But I think you have to listen to these letters and then you decide for yourself whether I'm blowing hot air. So this is Chess SA. And this is the letter. Dear ABC, we are delighted to confirm your selection to represent South Africa at the Youth Championships, which takes place in blah, 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 from this date and this date. You will receive full SA colors if you participate in the event. So this means that if you participate in the event, you're going to get SA colors, meaning you represent your country. It goes on, second paragraph, not much. Third paragraph, you are kindly requested to confirm your participation in writing and pay a non-refundable deposit of 3,000 Rand on and before this date. If you are unable to participate at the event, could you please let us know as soon as possible so that we can offer the place to the next player on the list? We kindly request you to keep the payment dates as said. Should you not hold this date, Chess SA reserves the right to immediately replace you once without notice. So this is a letter to a chess player who is probably one of the best in South Africa. And Chess South Africa wants you to represent them. But you have to pay a deposit of 3,000 Rand to represent your country. But if you don't pay it, you won't be able to represent your country. And if you also don't pay it, they said they're just going to replace you with the next player on the list. So basically it means that if you are the best and you don't have access to funds, you're not going to be able to represent your country. Right. That's Chess SA. Other items are like travel insurance is compulsory, which has to be paid out of the player's pocket. And the Chess SA manager fee is compulsory for all. So you also pay for the chess manager. Right, that's chess. Let's do cycling. Similar. Dear ABC, this letter serves to confirm that you are here to represent South Africa at the track champions at this place at this date. Your name, meaning you're one of the best in South Africa, and you're coming to represent your country. We wish you all the best for the tour. So you're all excited and you're going to represent your country. But there's a surprise. Information to accommodation and nutrition at ABC place. You have to pay for your own hotel. You have to pay for your own hotel. You have to pay for your own accommodation, which is a hotel. You have to pay for your own flights. You have to pay for your own food. And you also have to pay for the cycling manager. So if you're the best in South Africa, and South Africa chooses you that they want you to present them, you must pay, I think this is also about, this is in dollars, so it almost comes up also to about 30,000 Rand, out of your own pocket to represent the country. And if you don't have the money, you won't represent your country. Means that if you don't have access to funds, you won't be able to compete against the best. Cycling SA. Junior World Series Indoor Netball. Dear player, we would like to congratulate you because you have been chosen to represent your country at the New Zealand Indoor Sports Junior World Series. You're the best in South Africa and you are selected to represent your country. Please see below cost estimates of the tournament. Flights, local flights, international flights, transport, accommodation, agent's fee, kit, miscellaneous, visas, blah, blah, blah. Totaling estimated to 41,000 Rand. This means that if you're one of the best in South Africa and you want to play for your country, you must pay 41,000 Rand. Which also means that if you don't have access to those funds, you're never going to represent your country. Right, Indo netball. So we had chess, we had cycling, now we have swimming. Dear ABC, herewith you have been selected to participate at the ABC Championships between this date and this date in this country. On behalf of the Executive Committee, we wish to congratulate all team members selected and we wish them well for the event. Right, you happy? You can represent your country, but there's a surprise. This is a self-funded tour and confirmation acceptance. Selected team members are registered for the 2020 season. The total cost of the tour is 20,000 Rand. A deposit of 15,000 Rand must be accompanied by acceptance form by this date, and the balance of 5 must be paid on this date. What does this mean? You're one of the best in South Africa. You are selected to represent your country if you have money. But if you don't have access to funds, you're not going to be able to represent your country. You're just going to be replaced by someone that has more funds. But what the funniest thing for me is, well, not funny, the most disturbing thing is, in the cycling section, they say that this cycling event is to secure 4 Olympic spots through this championship. So what this also means is that you are the best in South Africa. You get selected to represent your country. But if you don't have money, you won't even be able to be selected to represent your country at the Olympics. Dreams gone. So we have a chess player, one of the best in South Africa. He has to fund 20,000 Rand of his own pocket to represent his country and to get SA colours. We have a cyclist who is one of the best in South Africa, gets selected to represent his country at the international tournament. But if he doesn't have money, he wouldn't be. But he also wouldn't be able to represent his country at the Olympics because that is to secure a spot. If I'm wrong, people, you must just tell me. We also have an Indo netball player, needs 41,000 Rand to represent the country at the international tournament. But if she doesn't have 41,000 Rand, she's just going to be replaced by someone that has the funds. And then we have swimming as well. So what does this say? It means that if you are the best in South Africa and you get selected to play for your country, you must have access to funds. And if you don't have access to funds, those dreams are just going to be dashed. So how do we fix this? I really don't know. I think somehow the community must come together and form something that can fund our youth and our best in South Africa athletes to represent the country, because Parents don't have 41,000 rand, 20,000 rand, 30,000 rand to fork out of their pockets for their kids to represent. And you know what the saddest thing is? Is that someone also sent me a message saying that they received a letter like this, but they don't want to give it to their parents because they don't want to put unnecessary pressure on the parents because they don't have 41,000 rand. So they get the letter, but they don't tell their parents. I mean, how sad must that be? So you have the best in South Africa, from Paarl or from Wellington, that cannot represent their country because they don't have money. Guys, we need to fix this. Something has to happen that we can get funds together, get the community, donate money, companies donate money to a single fund, and pay for these kids for their dreams to become a reality. Because there are so many kids that are the best in South Africa that will never represent their country because they don't have access to funds, and that is sad. And we need to fix that. And we need to fix that soon. So I need your help. And I need it soon. Till next time, bye.